Hello, Braves country. It's Coach Ken Anderson, coming for Hardcore Braves, and we're going to do the Mets series preview. Me and Andrew's on here. Andrew, how you doing tonight?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Good. Me and Andrew's enjoying the really great soccer that's going on because it's fun. Initially, what's funny is people say they hate soccer, Andrew, because they don't score. Well, it's kind of what's going on in Braves right now. So I can't tell the difference between the Braves baseball and the soccer right now. Can you?
Soccer's putting up more goals right now than
Yeah.
Atlanta's putting cleats on the plate. So soccer's been more enjoyable to watch of late.
Yep. It really has been, and we're just trying to kid to get through this like y'all are. I've even gone no jersey tonight. I've tried everything. We've tried everything, so we're going to go. So we got the New York Mets coming to town. We are filming this slightly early, so we don't know exactly the records going into it. But we do know that both teams are really in trouble. They're both for different reasons. Now, Andrew, the Mets are in trouble because they look like they're one of the worst teams in baseball. I think they're going to sell. We'll get into that in just a second. And the Braves are in trouble because the Phillies are like right here behind. And one of the things I do know in baseball, if you have a big lead and you blow it, it's really hard to get it back. So, which one, in your opinion, is the fan base that's most miserable right now? The Mets, who were picked, everybody thought they were going to be in it, and they are going to be sellers, or the Braves, who got off such a hot start and they can just see it slipping away?
Thankfully, we are not the New York Mets. Um, we have that hot start to have behind or with us right now. The Mets had a 12 game losing streak in the first 3 weeks of the season. We could be the Mets. Um, we're not playing great baseball right now, but the Mets haven't played great baseball all year, and they're not going to. They have a head case that's getting paid $765 million. And as long as he's on that team, as long as he's on any team, if you ask me completely, he's never going to win another World Series just because Juan Soto's a head case.
He got a ring. He didn't win the other World Series. Anthony Rendon and that great three starters won that World Series. So for the Nats, um, yeah, he's really struggling. He had a play in Toronto. I know everybody's seen it where he missed the ball. That's one thing. First of all, if you're not going to go dive for it, you need to back up on it and catch it. Everybody, all the national media folks who don't want to hurt players' feelings now, that's the woke society we live in. It's just part of it. And you can call it what you want to, but it's soft society. They wanted to give him a break, but if he's not going to go catch it, just back up and let it hit and catch it on the bounce and throw it in. So, and when it got by him, he gave no effort to go back to the track. And so he's a terrible fielder, anyhow. They also have problems in the fact that they just don't hit the ball consistently. They got three young kids. I think they're going to be pretty good. I like their swings, especially Ewing and Benj. I really like their swings. They get nothing out of the catcher position, but we get nothing out of the catcher position right now. Their starting rotation has got a lot of nothing. They don't know really who it is. We pretty much know who they're going to start. The Braves. The only thing we know is in two of the four games, you're going to get Chris Sale and Martin Perez. We don't even know what game they're going to pitch. And then Braves have a really good bullpen. And the one thing the Mets have done well is pitch pretty well out of the pen. And but they're just not a good team. I'm with you. I'd much rather be a Brave any day than a Met. So things have got to get turned around. Hopefully, by this taping, we've won some against St. Louis. Um, but the Mets might be the elixir that we need. But Andrew, we've been saying that now with the Giants, the Cardinals. Cardinals coming to our series 3-7. We got to stop happening, hoping teams play bad for us to win. We need to start playing good, don't we?
Yeah, we need to start playing well. And you and I spoke off air, and I'm just going to say it here straight up. this team's not going to get back on track until they get a clutch hit or a big hit in any situation with runners in scoring position. That doesn't matter if it's Ozzie Albies or if that's Austin Riley. I don't care who it is. They're not going to get back on track until somebody on this team does it to give them some life and to give them some fight. They can have a team meeting all they want. Matt Olson can say, let's go, boys, or he can throw the entire clubhouse up in flames. Nothing's going to happen until something happens with this team because they are pressing like I've never seen a baseball team press offensively like they are right now. I thought I heard on one of the broadcasts that it said they haven't had a month this bad since June of 1998. It's been that bad.
Yeah,
Of a June.
it's worse. And look, I got to give Alex credit. In Tuesday night's game against the Cardinals, he brought all the heavyweights in. Schiller sits in the first row. Chipper's there. Andrew's there. Snicker's there. You know, they probably talked to the team. They're trying everything they can. The fact of the matter is they're going to have to just do it on their own. And the thing that I hate the worst is they when they get runners in scoring position, that's when they extend the strike zone. And I'd be dadgum if high school kids can understand this. And Andrew, you was a great high school player. Professional ball players under that. When you got runners on, it's the pitcher that's in trouble. That's when you don't expand the strike zone. What are you expanding the strike zone for? And they're rolling over pitches, and and then they take strikes right down the middle, and it's they don't know what they're doing. And to be honest with you, I tweeted it out, Andrew. It's the worst I've seen. And you said 1998. That makes sense because that's 28 years ago. I cannot remember an offensive unit playing like this for a whole month. Last year, Luke Williams, Nick Allen, those guys were in the lineup a lot, and we still didn't play this bad. I mean, it's just been horrible. And the fact of the matter is that our pitchers, especially our starting pitchers, are starting to feel the pressure. They got to be perfect, and you can't be perfect. And I don't know. It's going to be tough. Let's get to the Mets. This is the four pitchers they're going to throw. Young kid Christian Scott, he's got really good stuff. He throws the ball really good. Comes out of his arm really good. Has some kind of control issues. Kodai Senga, they're going to bullpen. They're doing a bullpen, and it like it may have fixed him. He threw good out of that coming out of the bullpen. We all know that his thing is he can throw his ghost fork ball for strikes. He's almost unhittable. That's what he hadn't been able to throw for strikes. Sean Manaea is coming. He's got this big loopy curveball, and oh my God, all I got to do is say the C word in Atlanta, and our players freak out. They can't hit it. And then they're going to throw Nolan McLean, and Nolan McLean threw aces in Toronto this last start. Of those four pitchers, what are you thinking of the pitching matchups? Of course, Sale and Perez are going to go in two of those games, and then I don't know. We don't know who else is going to pitch. But what do you think about the pitching matchups?
Must-win games with Sale and Perez. You got to do it. It's your two best consistent pitchers right now. You cannot lose those two games. Now, I'm saying that, we're talking about Perez's last start. He gave up two costly 2-strike, 2-out homers. That's really costly. But when the Braves offense isn't scoring, everything falls on the offense. But we're gonna get Nolan McLean. That kid's nasty. We got to be able to hit him well, and we got to put the pressure on him. We did that when we faced him a couple weeks ago, and then Strider blew up in one of those innings, and McLean was able to sit down and just settle down and just ride the ship to the rest of his start. But we got to be able to get to these Mets pitchers early. They don't have as much confidence anyway right now in their entire team because they don't have a leader. And right now, this will be a good opportunity for the Braves to take care of business on July 4th.
Yeah, I agree. And the thing is as far as hitting them, our hitters should just got to swing it. Ryan talks about it on the hip call all the time. Good approach, swing at strikes, hit the ball the other way. That's what we tell 14-year-old kids. You know that, Andrew. We tell high school kids, just do this. We work all day at practice, them hitting the ball over the second base or shortstop's head, depending on what part of their batting. So let's get into their lineup. Like I said, we don't really know who's going to throw for us. It could even be J.R. Ritchie, may even be Owen Murphy. He might make his major league first start. Who knows? We'll see. Um, their lineup is interesting. We're going to make it easy for you on this series preview. I think everybody knows it. You cannot let Juan Soto beat you. He's a 971 OPS, and their next highest is the kid Ewing in center field, who's got beautiful swing. Andrew, if you've not seen Ewing play, he's going to be a stud. And hopefully, for his sake and his major league career, he'll somehow get out of the Mets swamp and get to a good team where he can flourish. Because we all know Nemo could have probably been a star in New York, and they hated him, and he's now doing well in Texas, though he has some injuries. So that's their next one at 772. Then you go to another kid, Young, who plays first base. He's really good. He's got a 738. Bench has a 704. Everybody else is under 700. Beatty's terrible at 588. Turan's the catcher's 599. Alvarez does okay, but I'm not in fear of Alvarez at all. At all. He does have some good games against us. Lindor has played. He's had been injured all year long. 657 OPS. I just look at this lineup and say, look, don't let Soto. If you have to walk Soto every time, and make the kids beat you. And that's how I look at their lineup. How do you look at their lineup?
Um, Soto, don't let him beat you, but then also Bobichette put a dagger in your back when you played him a couple weeks ago. Don't let him beat you. Um, Everybody else in that lineup, you should be able to pick your outs there. I don't really give a crap if you it just intentionally walk Soto because that even could benefit them anyway. Just putting Soto on base, but don't let him beat you. Um, get to Bichette, but you should have our pitcher should have some success with this Mets lineup.
Yeah, I would even tell our pitchers do like you do against us right now. Get through the first four batters and then just go attack. Because the bottom of their lineup, five through now, is really nothing. I mean, the fact of the matter is the kid Bench can run, do some things. Soto, Bichette, a lot of times they're hitting Lindor clean up. And Lindor's sneaky, and he's been injured, so I'm not going to take his low OPS. I'm going to pitch him accordingly because you know, they've been fighting. Him and Soto don't get along. It's just a really funky story. They got an interim manager. They fired a really good baseball mind like it was his fault. It's not his fault. Carlos Mendoza is going to manage somebody else somewhere and probably go to a World Series. He can absolutely manage. They got Andy Green, who's never been able to manage. He was terrible in San Diego, and he's trying to do the best he can. He's really a front office guy. It's just a total mess. So, like Andrew said, we should try to win these games. Now let's get to their bullpen. Their bullpen is good. The best part of their bullpen, though, are their two setup men. Devin Williams has kind of struggled, but their two setup men, a kid named Luke Weaver, who was a starter, went to the Yankees, become a reliever, and he's one of the best relievers, setup relievers in baseball. And the lefty's named Brooks Raley, who comes like sail. He throws the ball down here. Pretty good bullpen, Andrew.
Yeah, it's a really good bullpen. You're forgetting, our old friend AJ Minter's out there. They've had a few other guys out there who are
AJ hadn't
pretty
given up a
good
run.
reliever arms. What?
What? AJ isn't getting up a run yet.
Yeah, I know.
That's pretty good.
Um, a lot of other guys out there in that Mets bullpen who throw hard. Brazoban, he's a good guy as well.
Mhm.
I mean, Devin Williams can always be tough because of his changeup can be nasty. And then just other guys like out there, they throw hard, they throw sinkers, they throw cutters. They used to have Jeremy Hefner, and whatever he taught them, they're still using it. So that'll be the toughest part for our just the Braves this coming weekend. But they got a good bullpen, just like us.
Yeah, and as far as attacking their hitters, back to their hitters, they're young, got a lot of young players. So what does that usually mean, Andrew? They expand the strike zone. So don't throw the ball down the heart of the plate. They will chase. Is that how you look at attacking just the lineup in general?
Yeah, I mean that's what you got to do. Get these guys in high leverage situations. Use your veteran experience that our pitchers have, and make these guys chase. They will chase. Maybe not Juan Soto, but everybody else chases in that lineup, especially all the young kids.
Yeah, they really do. And anybody's ever watched Alvarez and Beatty, they've been up here a while. They swing at more stuff in the dirt than way too much. And I'm surprised they still do it. So there's not a lot to talk about. We've just seen the Mets. They beat us 2 out of 3. I think that's when the Braves really got in their funk. I think going to Chicago and losing those two to a really good White Sox team, they are really good. I mean, I know just because you're surprised doesn't mean the team's not good. They're young kids can play, but I think when we lost 2 out of 3 to the Mets, I think it stunned our confidence as a team. Did you kind of feel the same way? Because that's when it seems like the wheels come off.
That's kind of when I felt it is when Bryce kind of struggled up there on that Sunday afternoon, and he just didn't pitch well. And I kind of saw the confidence in the team kind of just go way down. That's the week we lost Ronald, we lost Kinley, we lost Strider, all within a 4-day basis, and then the following week we lose Suarez. That was four really big players on our team right now, and that kind of was like a dagger in the heart to that just lost their confidence. They lost their offensive spark. Even when Ronald's not playing well, he provides that spark to this lineup that they need every time because Drake in the 2 hole can feed into Austin, Matt, Harris, Ozzy, etc. You guys know it. And then, but we missed Ronald Acuna, and when he went down, we lost that game in Chicago, I think, and then heading into that Mets series, our confidence kind of went down.
And the other thing that happened at the same time, that's when they announced that Sean Murphy was definitely not coming back to after the trade deadline. There was just a lot of stuff. So we need some good karma, if you per se. We need something good to happen, and the Mets could do it the other way. They're not a good baseball team, so maybe they come in here and we can flip it around, and then go out on a good road trip after that and finish the first half strong. The Phillies have a 9 game road trip before the All Star break, so we need to take advantage of that. And so we'll see. So with that said, we usually do what pitcher we need to have a big start out of. I tell you who it is. It's whoever's pitching TBD on Friday. That's the biggest start to the series, and we don't know. So whoever TBD is, if it's you, Owen Murphy, it's you, J.R. Ritchie, if it's you, Grant Holmes, it's you, Hurston Waldrop, whoever it is, that's my guy. How about you? I mean, it's got to be Friday's guy, and I don't know who that is.
It's Friday's guy. I wonder, depending on how this darn Cardinal series goes, whether you win the neck or you win the series or you get swept or whatever, and you have no confidence. Do you just run Chris Sale out there on Friday night as well? I feel like you have to consider him as well because you're struggling, you may need a shutdown guy to bring in some confidence for the first game of a huge series. But yes, whoever is pitching Friday night, he has to have the best start of the entire series. It doesn't mean he's got to go 7 innings, but what he's asked to do for the team that night, he's got to do.
Yeah, the bullpen, the guy who needs to pitch well will be Dylan Lee. They've got tons of lefties in this lineup. He's going to come in the big spot. And that should make all Braves fans feel good because the one guy who has been the most consistent pitcher of the Atlanta Braves and should be going to the All-Star game is Dylan Lee. What are your thoughts?
I can't disagree with you.
Yeah, he's been he's been aces. And the good thing about us struggling, and doing this terrible stretch, he hasn't had to pitch a lot. So we wanted Dylan to rest. Well, he's got a lot of rest. So all right, so offensively, if we ever hit the baseball again with runners in scoring position, who's the guy that's most likely to do it for you against the Mets in 4 game series?
It's really hard to pick a name right now, Ken. I think I'm just going to have to go Matt Olson.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always the safe pick, and I'm not trying to just be a safe pick, but I mean, who else can I go to right now? No one else is hitting by the time that we're filming this, and if it's not Matt, I'm not sure who else is gonna do it right now.
I'll go with the other guy is the only other guy who has a high OPS over the last 30 games, and I'll go Mauricio Dubon. Mauricio and Matt are the only guys hitting, and it's hard to pick anybody else. Um, it's just they've got some guys, man. It's not even fun to watch. It's just not fun to watch. So, all right, sounds like we're way down on them. It's a 4-game series. What is going to be the result?
Yeah, I lost you for a second.
I said, what's going to be the result in the series?
I lost you.
Oh, I've lost Andrew, so I'm going to go split. I'm going to go 2-2, 2-2. I think we're going to split down the middle. I can't pick on any more. These two teams are mediocre. 2-2. Andrew, what's your pick for the series?
Peace. I kind of lost you for a second, but I think I'm just gonna have to say we got to take 2-2.
Yep. I mean,
Got to
you
take
can't
twos.
you can't help but pick a split because both teams suck. Both teams are terrible. So I mean, 2-2. All right. So Andrew's having some issues with it. So we're going to get Andrew's final thought. Final thought tonight. What do you got to say? One last thought. One last thought. Speak.
I lost you for a second.
You've lost me for a long time. All right, I'm gonna get out of here then. No more final thoughts from Andrew. We apologize. Even our audio is messing up like the Braves. It's in a slump. Hopefully we'll get it going. We'll get out of here. We love you, Braves country. Y'all have a happy, safe 4th. It's going to be hot at the stadium. Pack accordingly. We'll talk to you later. And we're out of here. Peace.
You know what, boys? You guys are going to be world champions for the rest of your life.